Hello friends, welcome back to another video. If you're new and not subscribed, I'm Kayla Bame, and you should really think about subscribing to my channel because all the best things in the world happen when you do that. And I'm even wearing a YouTube shirt, so you know I'm serious this time. For this week's video, I decided, since I'm the best little artist in the world, I would show you guys my drawing supplies. I have a lot of drawing supplies and it's hidden in every corner, behind every shelf, inside my drawers of my room. It takes up probably 65% of the stuff that's in my room. I own a lot of drawing stuff. Now, before we get into this video, I just want to say again, I am not a professional artist. I have never taken any classes for drawing. I don't even know proper techniques for drawing. I'm self-taught and I do it as a hobby. So if I have certain supplies and I explain what I use it for and it's not the actual use of that supply, I'm sorry. But anyway, let's get into the video and I will show you every drawing supply that I have in my stash. So the first thing in my drawing supplies is obviously drawing pads and sketch pads. There is a difference between the two, but I use them interchangeably. I know you probably shouldn't do that, but that's what I do. I'm also showing the smallest versions of my sketchbooks because I literally have every size known to man, and I didn't want to bust out my whole sketchbook collection because that could be an hour-long video on its own. I typically use Canson drawing pads. I have also used Strathmore. The Canson pads are a lot cheaper, so I usually pick up the Strathmore pads when they're on sale at Michael's. I also have a Bristol pad by Strathmore. I use Bristol when I know I'm going to be coloring my artwork. And Bristol is really good because it's smooth and thick, so it's good to use markers on. Okay, so I know this doesn't look like much because it's a used eraser, but this is a General's triangle eraser. I thought a triangle shape would be easier to erase when drawing, but the points of the triangle on each side ended up chipping off when I was erasing, so I would not recommend using this eraser. I also have a kneaded eraser. I think almost every artist drawer ever has a kneaded eraser. You can basically mold it into any shape that you want, which makes it really great for erasing in really tight spaces. This eraser is also by the company General's. I've found that if I buy erasers like Artist Loft, the eraser isn't easy to knead, so I'm really picky about what kneaded erasers I buy. I also have a little wood box filled with all my blending stumps in tortillas. I don't know how to pronounce these, okay? I'm sorry. But they're basically kind of like blending stumps. You use it to smudge. The tips are very different. Tortillas they look like rolled paper, where the blending stumps are just like really thick. I also have this cool little gadget to clean my blending stumps. It's literally just a piece of wood with a bunch of sandpaper attached to it. And you just take the tip and you rub off all the graphite that got on your blending stump. I have this cool little FaberCastell kit that was gifted to me by my brother. I don't typically use FaberCastell because I don't find sets of pencils in the stores, so it's kind of difficult for me to have a collection of all FaberCastell pencils.
But the kit that I got I thought was really cool because it came with pure graphite, which is something I have never seen before. And I honestly don't know the difference between using pure graphite versus a pencil. I just thought it looked cool. My all-time favorite pencils ever are by Derwent. I love these pencils. I cannot use any other pencils besides Derwent. I bought these in 12 packs. The first one is B to 9H, and then the second pack is 9B to H. These pencils were kind of expensive, but they are so worth it. I love these pencils. And in case any of you guys were wondering what the letters for the pencils meant, I had no idea for the longest time what these meant, and I always thought, oh, well, one pencil is good enough. Oh my gosh, no. The H by the number on a pencil stands for the hardness of the lead. So when you have a 9H pencil, the lead is extremely hard. Then you have a pencil like HB, which is in the middle between H pencils and B pencils. A B pencil represents the blackness of the stroke of the lead. So when you have a 9B pencil, the stroke is going to come up extremely dark and black. And then if you have a pencil that has the letter F by it, that just represents how fine the tip of the pencil can sharpen to. So H is a lighter color, but the lead is extremely hard. B will come up as a darker color, but the lead will be a lot softer. And I know I write like a 5-year-old. There is no excuses. My handwriting is really bad in this video. I'm sorry. Then I have this wonderful case that I bought off of Amazon to store all of my pencils. I love this case so much. There are 3 different little pages to this container. It is so cool. You can unzip it. I store all my pencils, I store my colored markers, and then my fine tip pens in this as well. And these little pens that I have in here with my pencils are by Stabilo. Stabilo, is that how you pronounce it? The finer tips are a 0.4. I usually use these for lining my artwork. And then I also have a thicker tip marker by Stabilo. I believe these ones are 0.8 tip. And these are just a thicker pen that I use for coloring my artwork. Then I have these untouched fine tip pens by Master Touch that I got from Hobby Lobby. These are very fine tip pens that I use for inking my artwork in order to scan it to get it into Photoshop. And then I have this massive Tombow case filled with Tombow markers and Artist Loft markers. These are all watercolor based markers. Both sets, these are the Tombow. These are a dual tipped marker. On one edge it's a brush type. The other end, it is a marker like fine tip. I believe these are 0.4 as well. The Artist Loft markers are literally exactly the same. There's a brush on one side and then a marker-like tip on the other. The only difference is that the Artist Loft had some colors Tombow didn't, and Artist Loft is a lot cheaper.
Well, that's it for this week's video. If you enjoyed looking at my art supplies, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments down below what your favorite brand art supply is. Does that question make sense? Like, my favorite brand of pencils is Derwent. What's your favorite brand of paint? Your favorite brand for pencils? Your favorite brand of drawing pad? Let me know in the comments down below. But anyway, I'll see you guys back here next week. Peace.